Hey, comic book fans, Comfire Nate here, and we're going to talk about Walking Dead issue 152. Now, way it ended last week was that Eugene actually was able to make contact with someone on the radio that he's been working on, which was kind of exciting for him. That's how it ended. So you're like, ooh, who's these people that he's talking to? The beginning of it is a lot of going back and forth. They don't trust each other. They're not sure what to talk about. Eugene offers up little bits of information, and the guy said, well, we'll work on this. We'll build trust. But it kind of seems fishy because immediately he's like, don't tell anybody else. Keep this to yourself. I don't want to talk to no one else. And they agree on that. But then one of the things I found that was really kind of fishy is when Eugene mentioned that when the guy asked, well, how many people do you have? And Eugene, of course, tells him, he's, around 50. And he says, oh, that's it? Either he's saying that because they have more, or he's saying that to kind of seem like they have more, or something's up. So that just to me kind of came across a little weird. Um, but I mean, anytime you don't tell the group, you keep stuff to yourself as a secret, it always feels like it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. But I guess we'll find out on that. And then it moves into, how Father Gabriel was wanting to learn how to train to fight to protect his flock. And it starts off with we got, looks like Dwight had been training Father Gabriel for a while. It turns out Father Gabriel is actually really good. He's a pretty good shot, so that's kind of exciting. But of course, Father Gabriel, after he's done, he has to go pray and ask for forgiveness for it because he feels like, he's still killing people even though he's just killing zombies. But the interesting thing that Dwight even said is that, hey, eventually this guy's going to have to kill people. That's the thing. So I'm not sure how that conflict's going to play out. But another conflict that's starting to play out is, if you remember Brandon, he's the young guy whose father in 150 tried to kill Rick, and Rick bit his throat out. And the reason why he'd done that is he was mad because they didn't react to the fact that the Whisperers had killed his wife. So this poor kid, his mom is dead, his dad's dead, and his mom and his dad aren't very good people anyhow because they were the ones trying to conspire with Gregory to kill Maggie. And he's the one that hit Carl in the back of the head with a brick. So their whole family's not really good people here. And Brandon, Rick's trying to do the right thing. He's like, hey, listen, you can stay with us. Don't go to Hilltop. Stay here in Alexandria. We'll take care of you. We give you, we give you another chance. Just because your parents are bad people doesn't mean, that you're necessarily a bad people. Obviously, this kid, he's got issues, teenager problems. He flips out on Rick. He starts beating the crap out of Rick. Rick basically says, are you done? And then hits him with his cane, and he about kills him. But then he stops. Michonne comes in there and says, hey, he doesn't kill him. But that might come back to bite him in a big way. Because as soon as that part happens, not too long after that, you see this kid going down where Negan is, and he's got the keys to the cell. And he basically tells Negan, hey, I hate Rick. Here's my plan. We're going to go to the Whisperers. We're going to tell them about everything. We're going to come back here. We're going to kill everybody. Or let them kill everybody, or you can kill Rick, or whatever. He basically wants to kill. He's basically doing the worst thing possible at this point, which is releasing Negan. It ends at that moment sort of with Negan interested in what he's saying, but not entirely 100% with him. But as we find out later, who's ever in charge of guarding the keys, which apparently they did a crap job of, turns out that they come running to Rick. We lost the keys. Michonne and Rick go to find out, and sure enough, Negan is gone. Wow. So, the question I have for anybody who watches this little review here is that, do you think Negan's really thinking that this kid, like, hey, let's team up? Or do you think Negan, this is another ploy? Because Negan's already had a chance to escape once, and he didn't do it. Do you feel like maybe this is, again, Negan's way of trying to gain the trust of Rick? Maybe he leaves, maybe he goes and takes out the Whisperers himself. Maybe he goes and brings his kid to Rick. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like I'm not 100% sure that Negan's going to do the wrong thing in this situation. So that's my question. Do you think Negan's going to do the right thing, or do you think he's going to do the wrong thing? But until next time, I'm out.